The NBA is back, and to celebrate the NBA playing in Disney World, we're going to review some Disney-themed NBA jersey concepts. Welcome to another episode of The Jersey Score. If you are anything like me, you have been dying for the NBA to return, and it's finally here. So to celebrate, I'm going to be reviewing Disney-themed NBA jersey concepts from Relics. He does a lot of great stuff. So after you watch this video, go check him out on Instagram. I'll leave a link in the show notes.
So up first, we have the Utah Jazz combined with Frozen. So I have to admit, at first as a Jazz fan, I saw this combination. I was a bit disappointed to see it paired with Frozen. I have daughters and I'm definitely over this movie. However, the more I look at it, I really like it. The 90s Jazz throwbacks definitely have a winter theme to it, which fits right along with Frozen, obviously. And you see it actually looks like the Disney castle, so I'm not sure if that's the Disney castle in the background instead of the snow mountain, or it's supposed to be Elsa's ice castle up in the mountains. Either way, I think the imagery is cool, and you can see how the uniform has kind of an ice look shading throughout it. So I think that's a really nice touch, and I like the ice sleeve. I don't know if those are exact colors from Frozen, but I think it fits pretty well with that color scheme. So overall, I think this is actually a pretty good combination. Next, we have the San Antonio Spurs with Coco, and these are awesome. They really play off the color scheme from the Spurs Fiesta logo from the 90s, which is a perfect combination with Coco and the Dia de los Muertos, which works perfectly because with the Spurs being in San Antonio and having that strong connection with Mexico. So I think thematically it works, and just visually it knocks it out of the park. Then we have the Toronto Raptors with Rex from Toy Story. Now this is awesome. This is a fun idea. Obviously you have the disconnect there with the Raptors and then having a T-Rex right there, but this is supposed to be fun and playful. I think it's really cool putting Rex on there instead of the classic Raptors logo that was on there. Introduce the green instead of the red on the uniform, and then you notice the sleeve or green scales. Then we have the Brooklyn Nets with the 101 Dalmatians, which with the Nets being just black and white color scheme really works with the Dalmatian look. I really like the polka dots on there. I think it's a really fun touch for a jersey. I like because it's 101. You see the overflow of dogs down on the knee, but I could do without the big dog right on the front of the jersey because really Brooklyn's all about being plain and simple, and I think the dots speak for themselves. But overall, I think this is a fun concept. Then you have the Chicago Bulls as the Incredibles, and I like the play on word. Obviously, you got the color schemes match for the most part. You got the red with the black, but if you look along the belt, the waistband, it says the Incredibles. So that's a good touch. And then the NBA uniform looks a lot like the Incredibles family superhero uniform. I almost think it would have been cool to actually do the black underwear look right around it to give it that full superhero aesthetic, but I think this is a pretty good one, spot on. Memphis Grizzlies is Winnie the Pooh. This one is fun. Winnie the Pooh is a great movie. I think it's kind of funny having the mean, menacing grizzly on the front when you have Winnie the Pooh, who's the complete opposite. But I like how he also has the red top, which is Pooh's shirt, and then how he goes pantsless. So then they got the yellow shorts there to look like a pantsless the cartoon bear. And then the part I really like is the dripping honey around the knees. That part is a really great touch. What I'm not sure about are the yellow, I don't know, design that look like spikes along the side of the jersey. But overall, I think this is a fun one. Grizzlies as Pooh. Detroit Pistons with cars. Yeah, I don't think you could go any other way. I like the use of the Rusties logo.
Nothing sues a rusty bumper like Rusties.
Although the Pistons did eventually roll out a red alternate version of these jerseys, which probably would have been better suited because Lightning McQueen is red car. But I love the imagery here. I love the flame on the sleeve. which really fits right in with the Pistons jersey, as well as tying it in with hot rods and race cars and everything. So I think this one is great. Really nice touch. Denver Nuggets with the 7 dwarves, which the dwarves as miners is obviously fits perfectly with the Nuggets theme. Also, you got the 7 hats of the dwarves over the letters on the Nuggets script right there. And then I really like the silhouette of the dwarves in front of the rainbow, which I think is a really great touch. Boston Celtics as Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc.
Wazowski.
This is great. Obviously, the Celtics are green. Mike Wazowski is basically the uniform because you got his face right there and his eye in the middle with the clover, tying the two together. I might have gone with the classic Celtic jersey instead of the alternate with the black, but I think this one's really fun. However, if they actually want to make it round like Mike Wazowski, they might have to bring Big Baby Davis back. You've got the Milwaukee Bucks as Bambi.
That wimpy deer?
So if you're a Bucks fan, you may not love this, but I don't know how he could have gone in any other direction. This one's too obvious. Plus, I think Bambi grows up to be a Buck at the end, so there's hope for you. But I really like this one. You see the leaves in the print on the jersey, but then I like the spots like the deer have along the sides. They're on the side of the jersey. So I think this is really cool, and it still ties in the antlers down on the shorts. So I think this is a good one. It was obvious way to go. The Miami Heat and the Little Mermaid. This one I think looks really awesome. I like the kind of the water waves you see throughout the jersey. The logo with the mermaid swimming through the hoop. I'm not sure what Little Mermaid has to do with heat. I'm guessing this is because Miami is a beach town, and so you got mermaids at the water. I like on the sleeve. I don't know if those are also supposed to be waves or if that's supposed to be her hair. But I think it looks pretty cool. The Sacramento Kings and the Lion King. So this one seems obvious now that I see it. What other way would he have gone with it? And I really like the logo using the lion theme there with that. And you see the jungle print throughout it. And then the part I really like is the silhouette of Simba, Timon, and Pumbaa as they walk and they're doing the Hakuna Matata. So the theme for this one is spot on. Charlotte Hornets and Sully from Monsters, Inc. This one I really like. When I thought Charlotte Hornets, I would have guessed maybe Bug's Life, although I think this is even better. He played off the color scheme of the Hornets and Sully being a match there. What this makes me think of is when the movie came out, I remember they talked a lot about all the effort they went into making Sully's hair flow and look realistic. And it was the first time they really played with it to that level. And so for him to try to capture the hair of Sully in the print of the jersey, I think is awesome. It looks really good. And then I really like all the eyes in the Hornets print across the chest, which matches the Monsters, Inc. logo. So I think this is really awesome. Indiana Pacers and Wally. So this one obviously is meant to look like Wally. It has the black and white road stripes down the side and also on the sleeve. Wally isn't my favorite movie, so I guess I don't remember quite as well, but overall I like this. I like how he was incorporated into the Pacers logo. Washington Wizards and Fantasia. Now, Fantasia, I have bad memories of being at my grandparents', and this being like the only movie they had to watch. And if you know it at all, it's just a bunch of classical music with no words. So I'm a little bit biased against this, but as I look at these, I think the Wizards, the most famous part of Fantasia is Mickey as the wizard, so I think that's great. New York Knicks and Finding Nemo. I think much like Nemo, the Knicks are lost, so maybe thematically this one works. And obviously the color scheme, I like how it's meant to look like a clownfish. And there you see on the Knicks logo, you see Dory and Nemo's dad. LA Clippers and Pirates of the Caribbean. This movie and franchise is classic. Obviously Clippers referring to the sailboats, and so then you got pirates and pirate ships, so I think this works. And visually, I think it just looks really good. It's clean, but then you got the cool pirate font on it, and then you see the sleeve with all the skulls and swords on it. Dallas Mavericks and Bullseye from Toy Story. So I like how Bullseye was added into the logo there for the Mavericks instead of the horse, which for a long time, I didn't even know that was a horse in the Mavericks logo. But so I think that's a great touch. Obviously, they're Western, and Bullseye is Woody's horse. So I think that's a great tie-in right there. The rest of the jersey looks like another weird Mavericks jersey. You got the gradient starting from the middle and fading out at the bottom and the top of the jersey. So that's odd to me. Maybe not the most inventive, but realistic. So Portland Trail Blazers and Star Wars. You know, I still don't really think of Star Wars as Disney. I know it is, but Trailblazers, this is pretty awesome. I like how you have the Kylo Ren lightsaber as the classic blazer stripe across the front. And then it's pretty cool to see the stars in the background of the Blazers jersey. So I think this is pretty sweet. And then if you know anything about the origin of the Blazers logo, it's supposed to be 5 players of 2 sides going against each other. And so I think that's perfect when you talk about Star Wars for the balance of the Force and you see the good versus evil. And then I really like the First Order logo down on the knee. So that's a great touch too. Cleveland Cavaliers with Captain Hook. So overall, I like this one. It's pretty clean. It fits. The color scheme works with Hook in his red and yellow coat that he has on. And then you see, obviously, the imagery of the swords there. I don't know if those are hooks along the side. I imagine that's what that is. And then when you look at the sleeve, my guess is that's the feather from his hat, or maybe it's just that he has the white fluffy sleeves. Either way, I think this one's clean. The tie-in and the imagery works, so I think this one's good. Houston Rockets with Pizza Planet. So I love the tie-in with Pizza Planet. I mean, that wasn't even a character, so I love that he went with that, showing the Rockets. Really good touch. These jerseys, though, are not my favorite to pull from. Rockets have better jerseys, but nonetheless, I really like the alien down on the knee, above the knee. Good touch there. Minnesota Timberwolves and Jungle Book. Now this one looks great with the green jungle leaf trim and the sleeve there. Then obviously you have the jungle landscape on the body and the legs of the jersey. And then you see Baloo and King Louie down on the 2 pant legs. So I think that it looks pretty cool the way he incorporated that theme. Not really sure what the tie-in, obviously not with Minnesota. I'm guessing it's the Wolves. There are wolves in Jungle Book, but they're not even featured on this. But I think it's pretty cool. The Atlanta Hawks and Moana. Now these ones are really slick. I really like how the Maui tattoos are kind of the print throughout the whole jersey. That looks really great. And then also Maui can shapeshift into different animals, often as, I don't know if it's a hawk or eagle, but he into a large bird. And so I like that imagery right there. And then the color scheme. With this print, I just really like it. These really work for me. The Phoenix Suns and Up. Again, he went with another 90s jersey to incorporate this look. And you see, instead of a sun, he made balloons, in this case, orange balloons going upward. You see the cloud background as well to give the appearance of being up in the sky. And then I like I don't normally like gradient, but I like the gradient orange on the sleeve. Kind of gives it that look of the balloons. The Los Angeles Lakers and Mickey Mouse. The tie-in with Mickey and the Lakers, I don't know if I get it. Probably just because it's the Lakers and they kind of get everything. But this one looks like basically a standard Lakers jersey. And then you have Mickey playing basketball on front of it. So for me, I do like Mickey on the belt there. Other than that, I don't really see the tie-in. The Orlando Magic and Aladdin. The first thing that stands out to me on this is the sleeve with the magic carpet. And then as you look at it, it also has it along the trim of the waistband and then at the bottom of above the knees. And so I really like that touch. The rest of it I think is supposed to be kind of like the genie, and then obviously you have the lamp with the cloud. I like that touch. I like where he's going with it. I think it's a great idea, but overall it's not my favorite looking, but I think it's a cool theme. Philadelphia 76ers and Marvel. And for Marvel, he's using Captain America to represent all of Marvel, which sure, that fits. This is just another red, white, and blue America jersey. It definitely fits with Philadelphia. The New Orleans Pelicans and Finding Nemo. So when I first thought of New Orleans, I would have thought of going with Princess and the Frog, but I like that he went with the Pelican from Finding Nemo. And there you can see the wings on the sides of the jersey as well as on the sleeve. And then you see the silhouette of the Pelican down on the knee. Then in the logo, I think the best touch of this is you see inside his mouth, you see Dory and Marlin peeking through. And I think that's a really good touch. The Golden State Warriors in Disney World. Well, first off, Golden State is California and Disneyland is in California. Disney World is in Florida. But getting past that nitpick, you see the classic Disney castle there, right, in the logo instead of the bridge. And then the rest of it looks pretty similar to some of the iterations of the Warriors jerseys that we've seen.
So there you have it. All 30 NBA team uniforms reimagined with a Disney theme. How about you? Which of these concepts did you like best? And would you like to see your favorite NBA team wear their Disney uniform? Let me know in the comments down below, and please leave the video a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.